Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. This is Damon from Life Inspirations. And today I'm talking about women. I love you to death, but with age, with weight, and with kids, your value to another man decreases. And I'm not saying value to God, because we all are valuable to God. But in life and society, there's value added to your person. And I know we don't want to talk about that, but we each have a value to society. And again, as I talked to you in my last video, I'll attach it to this one about Mr. and Mrs. Average, get average. You know, we all are getting older, and just like a car or anything you buy, there's depreciation. You can't take a brand new car, put 60,000 miles on it, then take it back and sell it for the brand new sticker price. That just does not work. Everything has a value and everything depreciates. Most things depreciate. They lose value over time. And we as humans, as we get older, we lose value to society. We're not as valuable as we used to be, especially when you're looking for a relationship. You know, when you were in your 20s and 30s, when you were in your 20s, you probably were at the peak of your beauty or the man, your handsomeness. But as you begin to age and life sets in and wrinkles set in and weight sets on, you don't look the same at 48 than you did when you was 28. You don't look the same at 50 than you was 30. You don't look the same at 60 you was at 40. Your body is deteriorating. But some of us look in the mirror and we still see that same 20, 30-year-old look in your mind's eye, but in actuality, you're a lot older. You have depreciated. And then you look at what's striking is if you get an old picture of yourself and you look at yourself, you're like, man, I look so young. But you don't see it because you see yourself in the mirror every day. And then you walk away forgetting what you look like. But in your mind's eye, you still think that you're that cat's meow or the dog's bow, or you still think you have it going on. And some of us age different. But nevertheless, we age. So women, many of you are my lovely black sisters, you're single. And you're single at an epidemic. There's 2 million more black women than men in this country. Yet black men are married. Right now, the marital rate of black men is 800,000 more than black women. But yet there's 2 million more than us. The math doesn't make sense. You would think there's 2 million more women would have way more marriages. It don't make sense. So what's the problem? The problem is, you overlooked Mr. Average Joe, that guy who you thought was a cornball, or he was whack or weak, too nice. But now that guy is a pretty high value man, and you've gone on and you rode the carousel, we say, the sea carousel. You know what I mean? Where you went out there and you tossed it up, flossed it up, and then you have 1, 2, 3 kids, about 1, 2 baby fathers. Some of us, I know one girl got 4 kids, about 4 different men. And she still thinks she's the cat's meow and the dog's bow wow. She's lying to herself. So when you get older, women, and you have, so hypothetically, you go out there and you don't get married because you all been taught to be so independent. You know, and that's our fault. We believe the lie. Generation X, we believe the lie. They told our sisters, go out there, get your job, get your money. You don't need a man. And that's what you all did. And now we're reaping what we sowed. Now we have a generation full of women, unmarried, multiple kids, sometimes multiple baby fathers, and now you're in your 40s, some even 50s or late 30s, and you're ready to settle down, and you wonder why you can't get that man that you could have gotten when you were in your 20s with no kids, and the weight was low, and your value was much higher. Now you're older, you got the baby weight that didn't come off. And I don't care what they say about big BW, fluffy and thick. No, that's heavy. No man wants a woman heavier than he is. Now, I'm a big guy. Now, I was a heavyweight trainer, and I'm still a big guy, but I do my best to stay in shape. And I don't want no woman walking around me 200, 225 pounds. You know what I mean? Men want their woman to be fine, friendly, feminine, and cooperative. Men are very simple creatures, ladies. And if you follow these few tips, just take off that masculinity. I know you've been taught to be independent, but that's been a lie. A real man does not want an independent woman. I want a woman that's interdependent. We need each other. We're locked in step. So, as you get older, you got the baby weight now. You got 2 or 3 kids. You've never been married, or you've been divorced, or you left the husband. And 86% of marriages are initiated. Divorces, I'm sorry. 86% of divorces have been initiated by the women. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. Whether you like it or not, that's what the data shows us. So now you're older, you're heavier, and you still got that masculine energy. And you wonder why you can't find a man. Understand this: getting sex is a lot different than getting marriage. Women, you control access to sex. There's a lot of men out here that will just have sex with you. That's just the reality of it. But there's very few that will marry you. No man really wants to raise another man's seed. We really don't want to do that. Really good, high-value men want to have their own families. They want their own children, you know. So I encourage you. I mean, many of you, it may be too late. You've gone out there and you made a life for yourself, and you may not get that husband of your dreams anymore. So I encourage you to settle down with someone who's maybe an average Joe, but the average Joe still will love you and maybe take care of your kids by someone else. Maybe he got some kids by someone else. Many of us, all of us, are pretty average. So I would encourage you, you believe the lie, and now you're paying the price for the lie you believe. But let's teach our younger generation, the younger women and men coming up, that hey, you don't have to go out there and wait till you're 40 to get married, till you hit the danger zone where now you're a high-risk pregnancy and you're out there having babies in your 40s and you're still unmarried and you have not married that husband. You don't have to be that lady. You could be the one to say, hey, I'm gonna marry my college sweetheart or my high school sweetheart. We're gonna go to school together. We're gonna get our degrees. We're gonna grow together, get our first house together, have our first children together, have our first marriage together. As opposed to you have everything and now you want some guy, and nothing's new to you. You've done it all. You've been married or divorced. You've bought your first house. You've had couple kids. So nothing is new to you. And many good men don't want that. Then you wonder why you can't find a good man, because you may have missed him. He may have come and gone. So I hope this falls on somebody who's going to take what I said to heart. Now I know this is not a good video. It's not what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. So until next time, God bless you. And I hope this message blesses you. So again, we can go on and teach the younger generations that, hey, don't make the same mistakes I made. So until next time, God bless.